let's cross over to Abuja now. Here's Makwe Ogun Yusuf. Makwe.
Hello, Ejoma. It's good to see you again.
You too.
There was palpable tension in Kaduna State earlier today as members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, popularly known as Shiites, took to the streets of the state capital to protest the continued detention of their leader, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaky, and his wife since 2015. The IMN members say their protest coincides with the commemoration of the Day of the Oppressed, giving them an opportunity to again demand for the release of their leader, despite a court injunction ordering his release. The peaceful protest was, however, received with apprehension by shop owners in the Ahmadu Bello area of the city, as many of them were forced to lock their shops after police shot into the air to scare the protesters. Some motorists and other passers-by also scampered for safety. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria Enforcement Committee on the Abuse of the Naira, in collaboration with the FCT Police Command and the Department of State Services, have carried out a joint raid at the Dede Under Bridge, where 6 persons were arrested for illegal trading and hawking of the Nigerian currency, contrary to Sections 20 and 21 of the CBN Act of 2007. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Mr. Bala Siroma, says the raid is part of the renewed efforts of the committee to enforce the provisions of the CBN Act, which prohibits the selling, buying, spraying and squeezing of the Naira, for which 6 months imprisonment or an option of 50,000 Naira fine or both are prescribed as penalty upon conviction. Mr. Bala Siroma explains that the raid is a huge success, with the recovery of 1,948,000 Naira, 60 Naira from 6 suspects who will be charged to court as soon as investigations are completed. And in the north of Nigeria, Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umara has ordered the immediate payment of arrears and entitlement of 135 civil servants. The lucky 135 were those who reported for duty between 8:30 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. when the governor paid a surprise visit to the Musa Usman State Secretariat in Maiduguri. There are at least 12,000 civil servants working in the State Secretariat, out of which only 135 persons turned up. Governor Umara's surprise visit is sequel to that of the Nigerian Labour Congress, who demanded for the payment of workers' arrears, entitlements and gratuities for pensioners to the tune of over 20 billion naira. The governor expressed total dismay and disappointment at the attitude of civil servants towards their job, questioning the moral justification for their constant agitations.
To your visit yesterday, I came to the secretariat at about 8:30. At about 8:30, the secretariat contained about 12,000 staff, and unfortunately, not more than 3 staff are on the ground at 8:30. I'm leaving at about 9:45. We have a total of 135 staff. Each and every offices in the secretariat are seen. I'm not saying no to you, yes, sir. But we shall put our heads together. Sure. Then, as long as civil servants are willing to be paid, are willing to be enticed, they must be up to the task. I've given directives for the payment of all the leave grants and the increment for 135 staff that I've seen on ground.
And to a bit of politics, crisis may be brewing in the ranks of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, as the party now has 2 national chairmen in the fallout of the national convention it conducted today. Chief Victor Oye is returned as the national chairman of the party, while Governor Willie Obiano is also returned as the leader and chairman of the Board of Trustees at the convention held in Awka, the Anambra State capital. But another convention of the party also held in neighboring Imo State, where the pioneer national vice chairman of the party, Chief Edozie Njoku, emerged first as a consensus candidate and then the national chairman of the party.
Delegates from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory arrive in the Dr. Alex Ekweme Square, Awka, Anambra State, for the National Convention of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. One after the other, the delegates present themselves for accreditation and later move to Professor Dora Akunyili Women Development Center, venue of the convention itself.
As you see, ABGA is now the third largest political party in Nigeria. And we are looking forward with great optimism that by 2023, we will partner with APC and PDP for the control of power and center.
After his address, the business of the day starts with a motion to amend the ABGA constitution, ratification of the Board of Trustees chairman and members, as well as the conduct of the election of members of the National Working Committee of the party, all done by voice vote. The new leaders who emerged were immediately sworn in, and Mr. Victor Oye, who retained his position, appeals to all to support them in rebuilding ABGA, while Governor Willie Obiano, who returns as the leader and BOT chairman, wants members to be one another's keeper.
If all of us work very hard in our various domains, ABGA will overtake all the parties.
While this convention was going on in Awka, another takes place at the Concord Hotel in Owerri, the Imo State capital, where the pioneer national vice chairman of ABGA, Mr. Edozie Njoku, emerged as a consensus national chairman. Addressing his supporters afterwards, Mr. Njoku promises to reconcile aggrieved party members and reposition ABGA into a strong national party.
We need to do a lot of reconciliation. We need to stand up and make the people understand. ABGA is meant to be a national party with a strong origin from the Southeast. We at the Southeast are going to go back and start rebuilding our party.
Given what played out from these separate conventions, it is evident that there is division within the All Progressives Grand Alliance. And unless members work together and put their house in order, actualizing some of their set goals may be confronted with some hiccups.
Well, that's all from here in Abuja. Is back to Lagos now to Kayode Okikiolu, who's standing by with some company news on Business News.
Thank you, Malkwe, and you're welcome to Business News. Nigeria's biggest telecommunications company, MTN PLC, has announced 1.039 trillion naira as revenue for the fiscal year 2018, and this is against 887.1 billion naira recorded in the same period of 2017. The listed telco giant on Friday reported 266.21 billion naira as operating profit for the year ended December 2018, while net profit came in at 145.6 billion naira, which is much higher than 81.07 billion naira made the previous year. The MTN financial statement showed the company paid an interim dividend of 38.6 billion naira in March last year and another 73 billion naira on February 11th this year. Meanwhile, the deadline given MTN to pay the 55 billion naira balance of the 330 billion naira fine imposed by the Nigeria Communications Commission, NCC, expires today. The last trading day of the month closes deeper in the red by more than 0.5% as investors extend profit-taking across three major counters of the NSE. Ekaite Afia tells us more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Friday's trading session at the equities market ends the last trading day of May with a further 0.59% drop in the all-share index and an 86 billion naira loss in total market value on more profit-taking. This comes after moderate sell pressure hit bellwether components across banking, consumer goods, and the oil and gas sectors of the NSE, despite marginal 0.32% gains from their industrial goods counterpart. Similarly, the total volume of transactions was lower compared to the last three sessions this week, at 212.94 million units, all traded over 3,700 deals. The shares of UBA, GT Bank, and Custodian are top 3 actively traded stocks for the day in terms of volume and valuation. And that's the stock market report. I'm Ekaite Afia.
Thank you for watching Business News Tonight. I am Kayode Okikiolu.